We're live.
We are.
Wow.
Hello, welcome to the Be Positive Show, where being positive is a lifestyle and not a choice. Remember that. I am joined today with my guest, Mr. Timothy Harvey. And Timothy is a real estate professional who is an entrepreneur of HDinvestment.net, LLC. And I would like to welcome you and thank you for taking the opportunity to come out and spend this little few minutes with me, and we're going to breeze through this, okay?
Well, I just want to say thank you.
You're more than
thank you for
welcome.
inviting me out. We certainly appreciate the hospitality that you guys have provided for us so far. We're grateful that you decided to contact me out of all the people that you could contact, and we certainly appreciate the opportunity.
Although you gave me a hard time getting here. But thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We're going to just go jump right into it. Usually whenever I invite guests onto my show, I always ask my assistant to ask for a headshot. That's for marketing purposes. And I ask for a bio. And I received your bio, and I usually read through the bio, and I start from the front, at the end, the beginning, and I go to the end. But something struck me in your bio that made me want to go from the bottom to the top.
Okay.
And that's your famous quote. And it says here, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. And that was Walt Disney. And he was a prime example of that, because he was actually an artist at first.
Absolutely.
He had no idea about Walt Disney. It just ended up going there because he pursued something that he had in his mind that he wanted to do. So that's kind of like entrepreneurship from the beginning, huh?
It really is. When I think about that, I think about, just purpose. The Bible says that, in Jeremiah 29:11, which is my favorite verse, it says that, he knew us before we were even born. Yes. He knew who we were. He knew exactly what we were supposed to do before we were even born. And I think that he has, that we have been designated to do something in this world. And I just believe that it's a shame, if we don't go and pursue what it is that we're supposed to do. Because it's not just for us, it's for others as well. If you look at Walt Disney, you look at, just what I saw his story, I saw a movie on him, and you just look at everything that he had to go through, rejection and just everything that he had to go through before he finally, was able to get to where he needed to go. And now he's dead and gone, but look at all the people that are blessed.
Right?
Exactly. He's still living. So it's not just for you, it's for whoever comes behind you. And, Disney is one of the biggest companies in the world now.
It is. That's a billion-dollar industry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they even got some of my dollars.
They got some of my dollars. Yeah.
So, the executive officer of HDinvestment.net, LLC. What is HD Investment?
Harvey Diversified Investments.
Okay.
My last name is Harvey, of course. And really, I kind of, when I thought about that, I thought about my dad, who's an entrepreneur, my grandfather, who's an entrepreneur, my aunt, who's an entrepreneur, uncle, who's an entrepreneur, and I just thought about my family. My family's diversified in some of the things that we do.
So you a chip off the old block?
I'm a chip off the old block.
Okay.
So.
Serial entrepreneur. What is that? What's a serial entrepreneur?
But I never really quite thought about it until you told me. A serial entrepreneur. A serial entrepreneur is a person that's basically unemployable.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you're overqualified for this, underqualified for that, got it here, got it. So you're all over the place.
Well, here's the thing. Like, when and I have worked jobs. And I'm let's not get it twisted. There was a time when when my entrepreneur. In my serial entrepreneurship went down, and I had to go get a job. And it kind of goes into my story, but I had to go and get a job, and I actually went to go get jobs. And as I went to go get jobs, as I was working on my jobs, I was the person that was always looking out the window, trying to find out what trying to see what was out there. Can I get back out there? That was me. So I consider myself a person that's basically unemployable.
Okay. So there's a difference between the real estate professional and investment as far as you're concerned. You're not really you're in real estate, but you don't do the real estate. You're in the investment part of the real estate, right?
Yeah, I do both. You know, a real estate professional, real estate is one of the things in the world where, you know, I mean, it's so diverse. I buy and I sell real estate. I've been in the finance part of real estate before. I also do what's called wholesaling. I specialize in wholesaling. Wholesaling in real estate is basically where we contact someone who needs to sell their property, or, you know, wants to sell their, not need, but needs to sell their property for whatever reason. And when we contact that person, we put the agreement under contract. And once we put it under contract, we have another interested party that wants to buy that contract from us, and that's the specialization that I do right now.
So does that mean that you already have somebody lined up to buy something when someone comes to you?
Yes, ma'am. We actually have a network with what we do in our business, and I'm, you know, I've been blessed, you know, been grateful to, you know, to be able to build and, you know, be a part of certain networks.
So is that a part of Wholesale Are Us part?
Yes. Wholesalers Are Us is a partnership that I have with my you know, good friend and partner Will Galloway. Big ups to Will. He's out of town. But you know, me and him, you know, we met one day. I met him through what's called the bandit sign. I don't know if you ever seen those signs on the side of the road.
I have.
Exactly. We buy houses, and he had one of those signs, and I happened to call that sign. I'm a person that calls those signs.
Okay.
But called that sign, and me and him ended up eventually doing business. The first deal that we were supposed to do, we didn't do, but we found that, you know, we had such a strong love for Christ, you know, together, and we became brothers. Okay. And started doing a lot of deals together, started doing a lot of business together, and we decided to go ahead and start a group called REI Wholesalers Are Us in 2015. And since then, we've got about 8,000 members, 8,000 partners, and people call us when they want to come and, they want to learn how to buy and sell real estate. We show them how to do it.
So when I met you, you were doing the blueprint at my church.
Yes, ma'am.
Where I met you.
Wings of Faith.
And was that yours, or was that Wholesales Are Us?
That was actually me.
Okay.
That was me, HD Investments. But Wholesalers Are Us, like I say, HD Investments is a diversified business. And we do several different things within the real estate arena. What I found is that the easiest way to get into the real estate business is through wholesaling. And that's what, you know, a majority of people ask me about is, you know, hey, how do I get started in real estate? Well, I always point them to wholesaling because, number one, you don't need any cash, you know, and you don't need any credit to get started in that part of real estate. So it's an easy business to get into.
And that's one of the things that caught my attention about, you know, we always think stereotypically that you got to have money.
Yes, ma'am. You
got to have good credit in order to invest. But that's not the case, right?
Well, to get into the real estate business, and we'll talk about investing. Investing is one thing, but actually being able to get into the real estate business, no, it doesn't take any cash or credit. You know, if you're looking to invest in real estate, yes, that does take cash. Sometimes it takes credit. Just depends on what level you want to go into it on. But we teach people that, you know, people that may not have that cash, they may not have credit, and we actually show those people how to get into the business. They end up partnering with us, and we show them how to do it, you know, how to do a deal. We've had an opportunity to teach, you know, a lot of people how to get their first deal done. You know, some of our partners have even, you know, started whole businesses making six figures with, you know, with what we've been able to teach. So, you know, it's a blessing.
So you say you teach people. Is that something that you do regularly? You go out and you teach people what you know about the aspect of investing in real estate?
Yes, ma'am. Within my business, you know, we just go back to my business, HD Investments. You know, a lot of our partners work, you know, within my office, and you know, I show them how to approach sellers, how to talk to sellers, how to find somebody that wants to sell a house or needs to sell a house. We call them motivated sellers in our business. And they'll approach those people and find out, do they want to sell their house? If they need to sell their house or want to sell their house, then we'll show them how to do that. We'll show them how to put together a contract. We'll show them which attorneys, that they need to talk to, because there are real estate attorneys that specialize in what we do. So, that's what we do.
So is that something that you teach monthly, weekly?
Yes. With Wholesalers R Us, we teach it monthly. We have a meetup. We started a meetup back in 2015, and we teach once a month towards the end of the month, right over there in College Park, Georgia.
Okay.
And normally we have we're between 100 to 200 people come out, and we show them how to do the business.
Okay, so at my church it was free. So
it was free, exactly.
Everybody loves that four-letter word, FREE, free.
Right.
Okay, I'm going.
Right.
So is this something that's free?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty amazing.
We view it, we view it as, for us it's part ministry and part purpose. So, and part business, it's all those things. So we actually show people how to do what we do for free. We plant the seeds in them, and then, they come back to us and partner with us, and we do business with them. So.
Whenever you got God in the plan, it always works out, doesn't it?
It always works out. It never fails. It never fails.
So that's another thing we were talking about before we went on air, about wins and losses.
Yes.
And I was telling you about a loss that I had. What are some of your biggest wins that you've had?
Well, marrying my beautiful wife Stephanie over there.
Oh, wow.
That's a win.
And she is beautiful. Don't try to hide Stephanie. You're not on the camera.
She's sitting over there, and she supports me, and
that makes a difference.
And I'm just grateful for that, because I think, like whenever you're working to pursue something, or whenever you're working to pursue your purpose, it's important to have, the support of that spouse or whoever your partner is. It's important to have the support of that person that's sitting next to you. And she supported me along this journey. Now, she gets to win, but,
of course.
But she has actually supported me along this journey, and I'm grateful for her. So that's a win. Not long ago, a couple of years ago, I was in a place where I was actually losing. I had a failed marriage, had a failed business, and I was just, I was really just wandering aimlessly. And I happened to run into this church that I'd never heard of. And I was dropping off a friend at their business, and there was this tent revival going on. And I happened to there was a lady that was there that was actually preaching, and I came up to her. And she told all my business, I was like, oh my God.
She just put you on the spot.
She put me on the spot. And I didn't know what was going on. And ended up meeting that lady. Her name is Dr. Debbie Armstrong. She's my pastor. And ended up meeting her, and ended up, I never left the church.
So what church do you go to?
Divine Deliverance Life Center.
Okay.
College Park, Georgia. Okay. And from there, I had an opportunity to meet my wife. And we became friends, and
oh, that's so sweet.
And it was purely friendly. All we did was pray. She prayed with me every night.
Oh, wow.
Every night she prayed with me. I didn't get a chance to see her.
That's a friend indeed.
I didn't get a chance to see her like I wanted to, but she prayed with me every night.
You did see her. You just didn't see her.
I saw her in the spirit. I saw, the only time I could see her was at church.
Okay.
And
but that's a good thing, Tim.
And that was a good thing. But we prayed every night, and she basically, through that, I learned how to further pray. I've always been, a Christian. Do you mind if I say that word?
Of course.
Okay.
This is the Big Positive Show.
But I've always been a Christian, but never have I didn't quite know how to pray until I met my wife.
Oh man.
And from there, our relationship developed. And that's why I'm saying that is a win for me, because I was coming from a place of loss, but there it is. So
that's a good win. Yeah. So you told me your win and loss in one part, huh?
Well, and even with that, through the prayer and through just just growing in God. A lot of times you grow through your losses.
Exactly. That's how we grow.
That's how you grow.
We don't have any losses. How are we going to tell somebody else how to win
if you haven't lost before? So in going through that time period of when I was down and had an opportunity to meet my wife and just going through that, my business began to multiply again. Like I told you, I had lost my business. I had been divorced. I'd been through a lot, and to my mama's couch, basically, and through that, God has really just put things in front of me.
Yeah, he had to send you your helpmate. He had to send you that other part of that power you needed.
That's exactly right. So he sent my helpmate to me, and with that, I mean, my business has been blessed. So through that, I was able to kind of rediscover what my purpose was in life.
Oh, that's pretty good. I see you do a lot of other things. You were telling me about your daughter. You have a daughter.
Yes.
Let's talk
14.
about her.
Yeah, she's 14. She's Well, we were actually talking about picking her up.
Did you work that out?
She wanted to support me. So but yeah, she's in band. She's actually in she's in middle school, but she's in the high school band.
Okay.
So she's exceptionally gifted in that area, and we work with that because we understand
scholarships for band.
Hey, we know it. we know that. So I've got some great women in my life. So even my sister. My sister Erica, who's
she is
who's in business now. So I'm just grateful, very grateful.
So in your investment part, I don't mean to go away from the spiritual part.
You're fine.
But your investments, is it commercial and residential, or is it both?
No, I try to focus. I stay focused on residential.
Okay.
I've been doing residential forever, and I try to stay focused in that area because I want to be an expert, and in my field, people know me as an expert in that arena, and try to stay in that lane. There are going to be opportunities for commercial stuff to come, and we're going to be looking at that. But right now, we're doing residential.
I was looking over your bio, and you said that you sold your first property when you were 23 years old.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel at 23, selling your first property?
I'm
trying to think what I was doing at 23. No, I ain't gonna tell my age, but 23. How did that make you feel?
Well, you know what? I can tell you this. For me, it was, and I come from great stock. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, like my grandma used to pray for me. So, my grandfather was an entrepreneur. He's an entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur.
So he started this serial thing, huh?
Yes. And my dad was an entrepreneur. My dad actually got me started in business. And my aunt and uncle started me off working with them. I started doing marketing for them when I was a young kid. So selling a house, at 23 years old,
huh?
Yeah, it came easy because I had a lot of support.
And you had a lot of support, and I see that because of that, it kind of rubbed off on you because you're a supporter as well.
Absolutely.
You support Big Brothers.
Yes.
You support the Ward
Done Foundation.
That got to be pretty amazing because I think that guy's pretty awesome.
He's a good
I've
dude.
never gone to any events or anything, but
Right.
I see when they put it on TV how he blessed single mothers with homes. Can you imagine? I can't even imagine somebody giving me a home when I was single and I had a child and I needed somewhere to go. I can't even imagine. So how does that make you feel to just be a part of that?
Well, I mean, what was it? Was it about 3-4 months ago? We actually got a chance to actually go to one of the houses down the street. And just to see, not only was the mother blessed, but the kids, the kids were blessed, and just to see them running through
their own house.
Yeah, they got their own house. To see them running through the house that's fully furnished, and to see, what you sold into that, was contributing to that. You know, it's a blessing in itself. He's a great guy. Great guy.
I can imagine. I've never met him, but I can tell. I mean, I can feel a spirit. When a spirit
Absolutely.
is right, I don't have to meet you. I can just hear in your voice. I can tell by the way you carry yourself. I can tell from your conversation and your actions if your spirit is set right.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Like I was telling you, I'm going to talk about one of my losses. We're going to go back to losses. I was telling you guys that I always confront God about everything.
Right.
I mean, it's just how I operate my life because
Jacob.
I feel like I'm Jacob,
God.
everybody, man. I think I've gone through every stage just about in that Bible. But I went to back in 2017. My son was interested in opening a sneaker pawn shop. And I was like, a sneaker pawn shop?
That's a great business.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you know. So he had this place that he picked out, and so we went to look at the place, and he ended up talking me into investing more than I wanted to invest in this place. So we ended up opening a place. We had these big ideas, and I said, okay, fine. We were there at the place. I was like, okay, good. But I forgot one thing. I forgot to confront God about it, and it went totally wrong. I went to having to hold two guys at gunpoint for trying to steal my car.
Wow.
I end up having to leave to go bury my father and come back, and they breaking in and taking everything, even the security system. So that was a loss for me, but I learned from that loss that I can't do anything without confronting God.
I agree with you. You know, it's just funny that you say that because, you know, like, you know, last week we had our first, we do a call after every meetup, or we do a call every week. And after last month's meetup, and the week before last week, that was our first, you know, post meetup call. And what, you know, we get a lot of people that are brand new, a lot of people that are, you know, just, you know, curious, a lot of people that, you know, say they want to do it. But what we actually tell them to do, and I'm glad that you brought this up, we ask them to pray about it first. You know, pray about it. You know, is this part of my purpose? Is this something that's, you know, that's leading me in the direction that you want me to go? We do that, and then once we do that, you know, once you do that, you know, get with a partner. Find out, you know,
the right partner.
Yeah, the right partner. Exactly. But you know, if you know, is you know, this is what I plan on doing. Write it down. And once you do that, you make it plain. You know, Habakkuk says to go ahead and make it plain. Write it down and make it plain. So once you do that, then it becomes real to you. And then you move forward with it. But yeah, I mean, you've got to get that confirmation from God before you move forward in anything.
Yeah, you do. How long have you had, how long has HD, let's say the name.
HDinvestments.net.
But what's
Well, here's the thing, like, you know, I had a deal. This is a real estate deal that I was doing back in, I think it was 2006 or 2007.
So how long have you had HD Investments?
2007.
You look like you're about 23. So
thanks, thank you. I'm glad you say that. But I had this real estate deal that I was doing back in 2006, and I didn't quite have an LLC for it. And bye, babe.
Nice to meet you, Miss Real.
But I didn't have an LLC for it. And my attorney was like, okay, so Tim, you don't quite have an LLC for this. And my attorney, you know, he just pulled up, he wrote it up, and he put together an LLC for me. And he said, what do you want it to be named? I said, Harvey Diversified. And then he added the .net to it, and it was like that. So that's how we got started.
But why'd you break it down? I think you should have used the Harvey instead of HD Investment. We should let them know who HD Investment is in that title.
I didn't think about it like that.
I make you think about a lot of things, don't it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think about it. I was just like, let me. Well, you know, I wanted to get a paycheck. You know,
okay.
At the time.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's the main thing. The reason why we do things. Right?
Exactly.
So, let's see. As I read your bio from the bottom up, also something that caught your attention that we have in common. It says you have several favorite books.
Yeah.
But the number one favorite book is my favorite book.
Absolutely.
The Bible.
Well,
I love it.
The thing about it is like all of like at all of our meetups, we always put a whole bunch of great books out there. Mm-hmm. But one thing that always comes back is all those books get their stuff from the Bible.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
like
do.
If you think about Think and Grow Rich, you think about Rich Dad Poor Dad. All of them get their stuff from the Bible. So
it's funny you said that, because a minister came to our church, and I don't remember where he referenced it from, but he said that Nike got Just Do It from the Bible.
Yeah, that's faith.
I was like, oh, wow. Yeah. I never thought about that.
Those are words of faith right
they
there.
are
just
words
do
of
it.
faith. Just do it.
Right.
What
else are you going to do but do it, right?
But just do it. Just do it.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
I tell my sister all the time, and she's like, what do I need to do here? And I'm picking on her a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but what do I need to do here? What do I need to do there? And I'm like, just do it, sis. Just do it. Just take action.
So if somebody wanted to get started
mm-hmm.
in investments,
mm-hmm.
What would be their first step? What would they have to do? Would they have to come to the meeting, or do you do an assessment, or do you ask what they're bringing to the table as an investment? How do you get started?
Yeah, what we do, this is one thing that we do is like once they come to our meetup, then that's the first thing. Mm-hmm. Then we ask them to jump on a call, and that call, the meetups are Saturday, the call is normally Monday. And once they jump on the call, then we ask them to go ahead and send us an email, saying, hey, I want to do business. And then once we do that, then, and I've got a great assistant, Lachette. Thank you for everything. Mm-hmm, But and from that, Lachette will send them back something saying, okay, well, now that you're interested, this is what you need to do. You need to go ahead and complete an analysis mm-hmm. of your time. Mm-hmm. We want to make sure that that this is that this is what you want to do, mm-hmm. because in our business, of your time and then your resources. What are the resources that you have? How much money do you have to put aside to this business every month? How much time can you put towards this every month? So we ask them to complete those things. Once they complete those things, then we'll get back with them and find out what the best way for them to what the best way for them to do business is. Exactly.
So do you all do like, okay, I know there's many facets to investments. Mm-hmm. They're like rehabbing. Mm-hmm. There's different things. Do you all do?
We teach them to wholesale. We teach them to wholesale real estate. Mm-hmm. And the reason that we teach them to wholesale real estate is because that's the easiest entry to get into real estate investing.
Do you have to have a license to do that?
No, you do not have to have a license to do wholesaling. So, we teach them that because it's the easiest way to get involved. All you have to do is have your cell phone and, and time. Cell phone time. Just a little bit of money possibly. So, that's what we teach them to do.
So, are there other facets to investments? Like,
sure.
Say I come to you and I say, well, I don't quite have the money that I want to invest, but I want to get into what HD Investment has to offer. Mm-hmm. On the other spectrum. What are other things that you can offer them
at that
as
point,
entrepreneurs?
At that point, if an entrepreneur comes to me and says, hey, I want to get into real estate. Mm-hmm. I don't have any money or anything like that. I'll invite them into my office. My office is on Main Street in College Park, but I'll invite them into my office. They come into my office and we'll do an analysis of, okay, so you want to do this. Then we'll sit them down and we'll get them into a point where I invest in lists of people that may want to sell their real estate. So we'll teach them how to talk to people over the phone to find out whether they want to sell their house or not.
What if say I do a lot of driving?
Yes.
Because my house is my car is my mobile pulpit. So a lot of times when I can't find peace at home, I got my son there, he has his friends there, my brother's there. I'll get in my car and I just ride around and talk to God.
Right.
But I see a lot of these signs where they say house for sale, or you see houses that are abandoned, that are on the side of the road, that are just sitting there, and you're like, okay, do you help people?
I teach people. I know what you're going to ask. That's why I want to get to it. Okay. So forgive me for
It's okay. Go for it.
But yeah, what we do is we actually teach them how to identify those houses.
Okay.
And we show hey, maybe the mailbox. Maybe there's a rubber band around the mailbox. Mm-hmm. That's an abandoned house. Mm-hmm. If there's a rubber band around the mailbox, that means nobody lives there.
Because no mail's being delivered.
Exactly. Or maybe the mailbox is overstuffed. Guess what? That means nobody lives there anymore. Or maybe there's grass grass growing in between the driveway, you know, in between the parts of the driveway. That means nobody lives there. Maybe there's a broken window or two. 9 times out of 10, nobody lives there. So we teach people how to identify those houses. We teach them how to do what's called driving for dollars. We do 2 things. We teach them how to do what's called dialing for dollars. Dialing for dollars is actually calling people that perhaps need to sell their house. Driving for dollars is actually driving around, like you say, you know, you be speaking to God, this and that, going to a different neighborhood, and actually writing down those addresses of properties that may need, you know, that may need to be sold. And once they write down those addresses, there are services out there where you can actually find the people that are, you know, that own the property.
So do you teach them how to do that?
Yes.
Oh,
So
wow.
so
if we have some viewers that are watching, they ain't got nothing else to do. They look for a job, and they ride around.
Create
in
a
their car.
job.
Create one.
Create a job. Create an opportunity.
Yeah, entrepreneurship is so easy to create.
Yeah, one thing, and I'm sorry for beating on the desk.
That's okay.
But one thing that we understand in 2019 is that you have to create opportunities for yourself. No longer is the time where things are going to be created or provided for you. We're not in that kind of economy anymore, and we don't have that kind of culture anymore. So now, I mean, you see people creating opportunities for themselves everywhere. They got Uber. You know what I'm saying?
They do.
If you got a car, you know, basically, it's all comes from the Bible. It's like, hey, what do you have in your hand? God asked Moses, what do you have in your hand? What do you have in your hand? God, I got this ride here. Well, we gonna turn this thing into what it needs to be.
Just
and
like
this is
pots.
what exactly, just like those pots. But this is where people are nowadays. Is people have things that are readily available that can help them make money. You've got a cell phone. If you've got a cell phone, you can get on the phone and call somebody and find out whether they need to sell their house or not. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. All you need is for somebody to show you how to do it. And this is what we do.
Okay, that's pretty amazing. I mean, we're going to come back to this, but we're going to revisit your information, contact information.
Yes.
If somebody's interested in being an entrepreneur, trying to reach out to HD Investments that are here, do you do people that are out of town, or do you just mainly focus on Georgia?
We focus on Georgia, but we can show somebody how to do business out of town.
Okay.
You can do this business anywhere.
Okay.
You can do it anywhere. So.
Well, then give them your contact information just in case.
Oh yeah. My name is Tim Harvey. If you're social media, on Instagram, I am Who Is Tim Harvey. So you can find me on Instagram. On Facebook, you can find Tim Harvey on Facebook. We also have a group page, REI Wholesalers Are Us. We've got a group page as well, REI Wholesalers Are Us. You can contact me through there. You can contact me at whoistimharvey@gmail.com. You can contact me directly there, and then of course, through my, through the telephone, 678-243-0503. But people can contact me in any.
You don't have to be broke, guys.
Nah, you don't.
You don't have to be broke.
Nah.
So these meetings that you all have in College Park, how often do you have them, and how do they find out about them? Do they follow you on social media?
Yeah, you follow me on social media. Follow me on Instagram or follow me on Facebook, and we'll make sure that we send out an email, and we'll add you to our email list, and we'll send out when the meetup is set to start. Meetups are always going to be at the end of each month, and we'll add you to our list, add you to our base, and get you involved. I mean, in this century, jobs are what you create. You can't blame anybody else anymore for not having opportunity. I mean, there's so many ways out there to make money. You just have to get up and do it.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we have anyone that's watching that may be interested in asking you any questions. Are you open for any questions?
Sure.
So our call-in number is 470-251-4343. If you have any questions for Tim or myself, just call in, and I'm sure Tim will be able to answer those questions for you. I'm going to take a minute to kind of put some shouts out to my church.
Big ups.
Yeah, big ups to my church.
Big ups, Wings of Faith.
I go to Wings of Faith Worldwide Ministries, and I know a lot of my followers on Facebook already know that because I talk about it
Big
all
up, Bishop.
the time. Yeah, pastor and founder Bishop Dreyfus C. Smith. I want to invite you guys. We're having the 7 last words. That's going to be on Wednesday, April the 17th. If you don't have anything to do, or if you do have something to do, put it to the side and come and see us. We're going to have some amazing speakers. We're going to have evangelist Marlo Moore. Yeah.
Hey, evangelist.
Elder Treadwell, Elder Sharon Robinson, Nicole, I know you know Nicole.
Yes,
Evangelist
Nicole.
And that's our songbird right there. That girl right there. Miss Odens,
okay.
Oh my God, she tore up that church. We had church yesterday. We had 2 services yesterday, and her voice is so anointed. And then my baby right there, that's Elder Pleasant Small. That's anointed. They say elder, but I think she's a prophetess.
Wow.
And then we have Elder Kendra Allen. So if you guys don't have anything, join us at Wings of Faith Worldwide Ministry. That's 1260 Old Conley Road, Conley, Georgia, 30288. Or you can call our office, and our administrator will be able to help you and assist you in any way. Or go to our website at www.wofatl.com.
I'm amazed, Bishop Dreyfus is, and just the vision that he has. I mean, it's an amazing vision of economic empowerment. How we met, we met at, when he put that in place.
Yeah, he cares about us too as a congregation.
Absolutely.
He wants to, and then he doesn't charge us anything, and it's just a matter of you changing your mindset to want more or to want better.
Absolutely.
It's like you got a teacher, and your teacher teaches you things, and you're just sitting there and you're not learning what he's teaching. What good is even
Right.
So yeah, he's pretty amazing. As a matter of fact, we're going to have a sunrise service, but I know you're going to be at your church. We're having 2 services though. We're going to have that's going to be on Sunday, April 21st.
Okay.
We're going to have a 5 o'clock service, and we're going to have a 9 o'clock service. And Bishop's going to be our speaker. Well, they're going to have their Easter speeches and all that. But if you all don't have anywhere to come, please join us at sunrise services. That's April 21st, 2019 at Wings of Faith, and our choir's going to be singing.
Oh, wow. Y'all got a great choir.
Yeah, we do, man. It's pretty amazing. I sing, too.
Oh, wow.
That's another fear I face. I can't really hold a note in the bucket. I think they just got me up there for a body, but I'm there.
I wish I could sing.
If you guys don't have anything to do, come and join us. We have 2 services. That's 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. on April 21st.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's going to be great.
So, again, I want to thank you, for joining us. And I guess there's nobody want to talk about investments. Everybody's sitting at home thinking about it. But that's their loss, huh?
Well, I mean, it's always a thing. And this is what I'll say is, if you want to, go to Instagram and look at Who Is Tim Harvey. Go to Who Is Tim Harvey. And if you want to jump on the call tonight, feel free to jump on the call tonight. We've got a call at 8 o'clock tonight.
So do you know that number by heart?
It is through Zoom. So Zoom is a whole bunch of different.
So that means you have to download the Zoom app.
Yeah, download.
That's pretty amazing because it's funny you said that. Our studio, it's the new broadcasting. It's the future to broadcasting.
Yeah.
People, I tell everybody this, when they ask me about my show, and I tell them, I say, well, it's internet TV.
Right.
They say, internet TV. And I said, yeah. I say, well, what do you do most of the time? Do you watch TV or are you on the internet? They said, most of the time I'm on the internet. I said, well, okay. Why internet TV sounds like a surprise to you?
Because you're already doing it.
You already do it. It's funny because I have 5 TVs in my home. 5.
Yeah.
In the last 2 years, 2 of them I haven't even turned on.
Wow.
Because I don't do that. I'm mostly on this or on my laptop doing something on the internet.
Yeah, that's the thing is like we're on, like I'm typically on this looking at TV at the same time. And just to be clear, like we actually we're going to be on Facebook Live tonight.
Okay.
At 8 o'clock. We'll be on Facebook Live tonight at 8 o'clock.
You can do what you want to do.
REI. Go to REI Wholesalers Are Us on Facebook.
Okay.
REI Wholesalers Are Us group on Facebook, and we'll be on Facebook Live at 8 o'clock. We're going to be teaching people how to buy real estate with no money down, no money out of your pocket. We're going to be talking about that. Also tomorrow, I'll be with Keto Johnson. Keto Johnson is actually the broker to all real estate investors, and he's, me and him are going to be sitting down. We're going to be talking about wholesaling up off of Roswell Road. So look on Facebook, look at my page, Tim Harvey. Go to REI Wholesalers R Us, and if you want to know this business, we can show you this business. Information is free. That's the other thing. It's like when I was coming up. Information used to not be free.
No, you had to
You understand
pay
what I'm
for
saying?
it.
You had to pay for everything. And everything that we're doing now used to be a secret. But with the internet and just, how the internet is just taking over everything, stuff is free.
Yeah, but some people still charge for it,
Some people still charge for stuff,
Yeah,
but guys, you can find that stuff
for free.
You can find that stuff.
Tim's willing to give it to you for free.
Just support us, by giving a shout out and all that stuff. But
when you're spiritual minded, it does not always. I know we become entrepreneurs because it's about making money.
Right.
But the bottom line, it's not always about making money.
No.
Sometimes it's about helping people.
And exchange.
And that's what
right.
my show is about. I don't charge anyone to come here. I reach out and I go and I get guests, and it's to help you.
Right.
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 You're helping me and I'm helping you, and that's
Right.
what it's about.
Right.
But people have lost that art. They
Yeah.
don't think about helping one another. It's all about money.
Yeah.
Money here and money there. And then when you say it's free, it's like, yeah, it's a catch, You're
this
already closed-minded
Exactly.
because you feel that there's something that's not, you know what I'm saying?
But if we truly follow what the Bible says to give, and it shall be given unto you. With good measure pressed down, shaken together, men will give forth into your bosom. That's what we follow. That's what we follow. We know that if we give this information out freely, then we know it's going to flow back to us.
Yes.
We just know it. And we have to follow that principle. It's the principle of faith. The principle of faith. Those of you, those people that say they have faith, do you really have faith? You know what I'm saying? Do you really have faith to stretch out and do what it is you're supposed to do?
Minister Tim.
I'm just saying, do you really have faith though?
Yeah,
we may have faith in certain arenas, but there are other arenas where we don't have faith.
Yes.
And we have to be cognizant of that, know. So that's
But that's normal, isn't it? You think?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be though, right?
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It said, the word said that, God gave us the power to get wealth. He gave us the power. So he gave us all the capacity. He gave us all the ability, everything that we need to do. He gave it to us.
And I feel like I'm pretty powerful. If I can birth a child,
Oh
that's
my
power.
God, yes.
That's a whole nother level.
If you can birth another human being,
that's
life,
power.
That's power.
But people don't look at it like that. But that's power.
And that's wealth too.
It's wealth
That's
too.
wealth.
Yes, it is. So we're going to let you go ahead and give them your contact information. Tell them about your Facebook Live that's going to be, and a phone call tonight.
Yeah, we got the call tonight. If you want to jump on the call, go ahead and jump on our Facebook Live. Our Facebook Live is going to be on the group REI Wholesalers Are Us. REI Wholesalers Are Us is where our Facebook Live is going to be tonight at 8:00 p.m. Check me out. I'm on Instagram at Who Is Tim Harvey. You'll see me walking through properties that I bought, stuff like that. Check me out on Facebook, Tim Harvey. You'll see us walking through deals. You'll see the real stuff, not no fake stuff, but you'll see the real stuff. And just be blessed. And if you want to know more, then come on and know more and do more.
Wow. Well, I thank you again for coming and joining me.
Thank you.
And your sister as well, and your beautiful wife. We know she had to go get your daughter.
Yes, she did.
So I want to give a shout out to my station, Status Network.
Big up,
These
Status.
guys are really amazing. I really love them. They have really helped me, and they still help me. I mean, it's not anything that I can't ask them as far as the broadcasting is concerned that they not help me. So I'm excited to be a part of this. I'm excited that you guys are a part of this live broadcast, and we hope you're welcome you. And if there's anyone that's out there, it doesn't matter if you're in a different state. These guys are state of the art. They can help you put on your own TV show from a different state.
Wow.
So we're located here in Atlanta, Georgia at 777, which is 777, so it's nothing but greatness.
That's
Cleveland
right.
Avenue, Southwest, and that's Atlanta, Georgia, 30315. And these guys are really amazing. So if you're thinking about it or you're hitting me up, let me know, and I'll point you in the right direction. And again, thank you for joining me.
You.
And
Thank you.
we're done for
Appreciate
the day.
it.
So
you.
we'll see you guys on next Monday, and thanks for joining us.
All right. Peace.